Cubes. Wait a minute. I feel like I did this before. Alright. How many are there left? Okay. Let's see. Where's the script? There it is. Okay. Cubes. Nope. That's the animal one. Electro, here we are. Electricity. We know it, we love it, and it can kill us. It drives our society in its development and connecting us to the rest of the world. Cubes. We use them as building blocks to develop our society as well. Put them together and what do you get? No, this doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Electro hypostasis. AN. We're gonna go over the boss, drops, and lore of this boss on this week of With the Bosses. To start off, we're going to talk about the boss drops. The Electro hypostasis drops a lightning prism, which is used to upgrade the following characters: Lisa, Beiro, Razor, Ketching, and Fischl. As for its location, you can find it just east of Dadupa Gorge and south of Cape Oaf, as you can see pointed here in the map. And with that, we can begin with the mechanics of the Electro hypostasis, Aleph. So starting off with its passive abilities, that being Hypo Shield, in which you can't do damage to it unless it exposes its weak spot. That being after every attack it does, then you can do damage to it. Now the second ability is Shock Resistance, in which, since it's the Electro hypostasis, like the Animo one, it's immune to its own element, that being Electro. So when it comes to party setups, I recommend excluding any Electro characters from your team. At the beginning of the fight, the Electro hypostasis usually starts with a free hit combo which resembles rock, paper, scissors, and it will attack in the pattern of rock, scissor, and paper. Why didn't they do rock, paper, scissors? I don't know. For all of you who have OCD out there, I am so sorry, but it's unfortunate. But as you can see, the Electro hypostasis is exposed, and that's when you can do damage to it. Now for this one, Aleph will charge at you using a drill that it manifests from the front, and after that attack, it will follow up with a ranged attack by going up into the air and shooting blocks at you, the amount of which will vary depending on how it feels.
First, discombobulate. Dazed, discombobulate. Distract target. Discombobulate.
This one is a relatively simple attack to avoid, but it also does come out of nowhere most of the time since it is like a quick attack that it does. But yeah, it'll try to discombobulate you, but all you gotta do is just get out of the way or just get behind it. That's really all you gotta do. For this attack, Aleph is going to go into the center of the arena and spread its blocks out in order to shoot lasers. During that attack, you can go into the circle and damage the exposed weak spot that Aleph has left open for you. Note, you can't stay in there for too long, because if you do, the attack is going to end and exactly, you're going to get crushed to death. You're going to get femur broken. But yeah, that's all there is to the attack. It's a good attack of opportunity, that is. Now this attack might be a little bit tricky if you don't know the pattern to it, but in essence the hypostasis goes into the ground and starts releasing waves after waves of electro blocks. Now, they do pretty hefty amount of damage, but in essence you just gotta zig and zag, just zig and zag. As you can see, I'm doing perfectly fine. Ignore when I got hit. This is Aleph's special ability or burst, so to say. It traps you within a field of electro, in which when you are inside the field, it will rain continuous amounts of electro bolts at you. But if you are smart or tactical enough, you can actually entrap Aleph within that cage as well. And during that time, he's exposed, so you can just dodge those attacks and just rain down punishment on him. Now don't worry, if you're within the cage and Aleph is outside, you can destroy part of the cage in order to get out and destroy Aleph. And now we've reached the finale. In order to destroy the hypostasis for good, you need to destroy its free prisms using elemental reactions. The most effective ones are superconduct, overload, and quicken. Now you are given a time limit as to how quickly you can destroy these prisms. If you fail to destroy all of them, Aleph will recover its HP and you'll have to bring it down all over again in order to destroy the prisms. Good news is that the amount of prisms destroyed won't regrow. That is to say, if you destroy 2, all you gotta do is destroy 1 more and that's it, even if it regenerated. And with that, congratulations, you managed to destroy the Electro hypostasis, Aleph. The hypostases are an enigmatic form of creature. We rarely know much about them, besides the basis that they are high purity elemental beings, and that they revolve around the elements. But out of all of the hypostases, there's a lot of information regarding the Electro one, or in this case, how people use the hypostases, or to be more specific, the Electro one. For example, at Mondstadt's bulletin board for Blanche's general goods store, there's somebody who posted who wanted to make a house out of hypostasis bricks, specifically the Electro one. Blanche logically declined the offer. Another case of people wanting to utilize the hypostases is in an Inazuma World quest in which you help a shrine maiden called Miyuki clean the thunder sakura around Kanazuka from treasure hoarders who try to sap the energy off the thunder sakura using a special device given to them by the Fatui, which oddly enough looks like an Electro hypostasis. Yep, it's alive. Now, this hypostasis is a bit different from the other Electro one, since it uses the moves which are seen during the Hypostatic Symphony event, in which all hypostases, well, at the time all hypostases, there weren't 7 of them before, used special moves that the ones that we see in the world don't use normally. So this one uses special moves such as creating electro fields or mini hypostatic blocks to create electro fields, which I did not care to find what they did. And in its death animation, you had to destroy its revival prisms, which were oddly spread out around itself instead of the uniform way in which you usually fight it. And it also had some other moves around there as well, like, for example, its laser attack, instead of 1 block shoots and the other doesn't, all blocks were shooting, and it was just crazy. As for why this one in particular was the cracked up version instead of the regular one, well, I believe it was due to the Fatui. So I think the Fatui's plan was this: bring in this Electro hypostasis that was depowered, contract the treasure hoarders to sap energy from the Thunder Sakuras, which we know carry energy from the ley lines from Raiden Shogun's second story quest from the Grey Sakura tree that was ripped from Rift Hounds and whatnot, extract that energy, inject it into the Electro hypostasis so that it can become even more cracked out to reach symphonic levels, and bring that over to the Kanazuka area of Tatarasuna, where the Tenryou Commission Kujo camp is located, activate it, and let it go buck wild on the Tenryou Commission soldiers. That way, it will get the Tenryou Commission to back off, and it will let the Fatui run free or reign over Tatarasuna. Since we know that that area is no man's land since the Shogun and the Civil War, and that all of that happened. To further substantiate my theory, the achievement that you get after finishing the quest is called Kanazuka Battle Plan. Now, one avenue that you can take is that's the plan that Miyuki and the Traveler make in order to defeat the treasure hoarders and stop this hypostasis. On the other hand, it could mean this was the Fatui's plan in order to use the hypostasis as a sort of way to get rid of the treasure hoarders without doing it themselves, since doing it would be an act of war. But if a random hypostasis were to appear that was ultra cracked for some reason because it got juiced up on pure Thunder Sakura in order to get rid of the Tenryou Commission, then they will have the entirety of Kanazuka and Tatarasuna to themselves without any intrusion for at least a bit of time. Anywho, that's just one of many ways in which the hypostasis were used by people, and in this case it's been used as a weapon, or well, it was going to be used as a weapon, in my opinion anyway. And so, yeah, it does bring into question a lot of things as to the utilities in hypostasis, but it appears that out of all of them, the Electro one seems to be the most exploited in my opinion, since the animal one seems to be well left alone, and the pyro one, we'll get to the other ones. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we do get a lot of Electro hypostasis lore compared to every other hypostasis, which is just, they got the shortest description out of all the bosses, let me tell you. 7 lines.
Wait a minute.
Hydrohypostasis has 7 lines in its description. 7 lines, 7 archons. If we make the hydrohypostasis face forward, we get 7 cubes which are floating around it. 7 archons. If we look at it, we got 4 cubes. We are beings who live on the 3-dimensional plane. We see things 2-dimensionally. Gods place curse on a higher level of reality. Wait a minute. Oh my god. 4 shades. 1 primordial one. This makes so much sense. I know the truth. I think that... Oh yeah, that's pretty crazy, ain't it? But I think that'll do it for this episode for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this rambling, this straight conspiracy theorist I became at the end. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Next episode will be about Andreas, and after that we're gonna talk about the cryohypostasis. And then we're off to Liyue, land of the Geo Archon. Sorry. So yeah. Have a good one, have a good day, night, wherever you are, and I wish you all the best. Peace.